happy to be back here in my studio again, and so happy to finally be able to catch up and share some of what I have been up to. But I know some of you probably don't know me yet, so let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Karolien. In English you say Caroline, in French Karolien. A lot of people call me Kornelia, and that's okay because my jewelry business is called Kornelia. I design and make playful jewelry in silver and gold. Recently I also started a second brand, Bijoux de la Lande, with a more natural vibe. The jewelry there are also my creations, but they are more nature inspired. Today I am catching up on orders, but I also wanted to make time to talk to you guys. I've got a lot of questions about what's going on in my business and what I have been up to, because I was very silent. As I told in the previous video, I didn't know when we were going to have internet connection, and yeah, we still don't in France. So since I am back now, I am taking this opportunity to talk to you. I'm going to try to cover all the answers in this video. Let me find a spot here at my bench. So my family and I have been in France during the whole summer. My husband and I bought a house in the Limousin region, and we wanna move in a couple of months. A common question I get a lot is why? Why are you guys moving? Good question. We have, I think, 3 main reasons. The first one definitely is we want to live and raise our kids closer to nature. We have 3.5-year-old twins, by the way. A second reason is we want to live a more sustainable, simple and self-sufficient life. And the third reason, which is a very big one, is we want to live a debt-free and mortgage-free life. So the house is old, but we managed to fix all the things that needed to be fixed, and it's actually good enough already now to move in. But we aren't moving yet because I need a space to work. During the past couple of years, I have collected a lot of equipment and machines. All of this really needs a proper studio. So that is our main focus now, because as soon as I can start working there, we are able to move. So we want to build the studio space in the old barns next to our house. When we bought the place, we actually weren't really able to see what the barns really look like. We could see from a few sides, but we couldn't go in because it was covered with brambles, I think you say in English. The only thing we could see was that it would take us a lot of work to transform the barns into a studio space. So at the beginning of summer we started removing all the bushes and everything, so we could see what was really there and how much work it would be to renovate this place. I could never imagine how cute the place looks. There are 2 stone barns, and in between there is a small inner courtyard. And after removing the bushes and layers and layers of dust and dirt, we discovered that there actually is an old stone floor. The barns itself, they are divided in small spaces, and most of them were filled with rubbish and garbage, and yeah, still had a very thick layer of animal manure on the floors. So most of what we did in the first weeks was removing all the dirt. Our kids were asking if we were going to keep a cow and a horse and goats and all the other farm animals they know. And they were quite disappointed when we told them we were not going to do that. We do want to have a big vegetable garden and all of that, but we are not planning on having all those animals. But once they heard Mama's atelier was going to be there, they were happy with it, because they really like to visit my studio and see what I'm making. So we were slowly starting to imagine, what this place could look like once it would be finished. A metalsmithing studio over there, and an enamel studio there, and maybe some kind of drawing and painting studio over here. After dreaming and all of that, we started measuring every space and looked at what constructional things that needed to be done. And then we would turn our ideas and dreams into real plans. So one of the barns will have 2 small studios. These are the ones we will renovate first, so that I can move all my equipment here and start working. After that, we will probably have to save up some money to start the renovation of the other barn, which will have 1 small studio. Maybe that's going to be the enamel studio in the future. 1 bigger studio, which will become the main metalsmithing studio. And the 3rd space will be our garden shed / workspace for small woodworking and things like that. While we were in France, and actually even way before, a lot of you have been asking me if I teach workshops, or if you could come for a week or a month to learn jewelry making in my studio. In the past, I have been organizing workshops mostly for basic lost wax carving, but since I became a mom, I was focused more on my own work. But slowly the kids are getting older, they are going to school now, and I feel like I'm able to do more stuff. The place in France really asks me to share it with others, because the area is so peaceful, and I think we can transform these little spaces into very nice studios. So I have a few ideas to pitch to you. The first idea is to create 1 studio that has a jeweler's bench and maybe a table for drawing and sketching, just a very creative space. I see this as some kind of artisan residence place where people could spend some time to focus on learning the basics of jewelry making, or learning a new technique, or maybe just to spend some time there working on a new collection, away from all the distractions from their day-to-day life. And the second idea is to invite other metalsmiths, teachers, mentors to give a workshop week or a masterclass of a few days, or maybe I could even teach workshops again. Everyone who signed up could camp or stay in accommodations we seek out. This would be some kind of creative vacation for anyone who would like to learn a certain technique and get to know like-minded people in real life. This idea came into my mind because I have followed several workshops and masterclasses over the past couple of years, and I always learned so much. My work improved a lot, but also it gave me a network of people that get what I'm doing, and that is also very valuable. I like meeting people online, but it's different if you talk face to face and work side by side, learning new techniques. Obviously, I already have a few teachers and mentors in mind, but I am very curious to find out who you would like to learn from, or what kind of techniques you would like to learn. And I really would appreciate if you share them in the comments down below, or you can send me a DM. So yeah, these are some of the things that I wanted to share with you. To end, I'm going to check on my phone to answer some of the questions you have sent me. Let's see. Oh yeah, a question I get a lot. Will you start a bed and breakfast? No, we will not, or at least that's not our initial plan, but I understand why people ask it. A lot of foreigners who are going to live in rural France start a bed and breakfast, and I totally get it, but we are not planning on doing that. Another question: What will you miss when leaving Antwerp? Well, that's a good question. The first thing that pops up in my mind is that I will miss public transport. That will certainly be something that I have to get used to. I will also miss that there are jewelry suppliers within walking distance from my studio now. Another question is, do you speak French? Well, I live in the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, so I speak Dutch. And we also learned French in school because the other part of Belgium speaks French. But I have to be very honest, my husband and I have been refreshing our memories since we forgot almost everything we learned in French, but I'm sure that it will all be okay. Another question is, will you still be making jewelry? Yes, I cannot imagine not making jewelry, and also it will be the main part of our income, so of course I will be making jewelry. A similar question, have you been making jewelry this summer? Well, I haven't made any new designs since I was focused on starting the renovation projects, but I did set up a small workbench in our living room to make sure I could finish the orders that came through. It was a great lesson because I also had to find out how to ship from France. I got a lot of questions that are about the area and our garden plans and some more personal questions, but I will keep those for our new channel since I want this channel to focus on jewelry and the jewelry studio, and we are setting up a new channel for everything about moving to France, the garden plans and permaculture and all of that. Me, my husband and my brother, we are running that new channel together because my brother is renovating a huge stone barn into theater, and it's just across the street from our place. So I will leave the link to that other channel down below, and I will keep those questions for the first videos over there. Then I think I'm going to end the video here because I see my battery is dying. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you're interested in following my jewelry journey. And I will see you very soon. Bye! I felt really awkward filming this video. It has been so long.